Lynn, and we have Wade. And Wade, I think that is criminal trial division. It's with Acevedo, Monica Wade. Yeah.
I was laughing.
Okay.
No, this is on the CT.
Hello, Mom.
Out of my wheelhouse.
No, we are right now.
I thought. Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, how's everything else going? But I mean, I think that's what.
Oh, no, I'm just gonna call and talk to him. All right, I'm not gonna mention anything that I know.
Okay.
Hey, sexy Mom. Have a good one.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Great job.
Yes. Brothers, brothers, brothers.
Hey, you doing this?
Joe Serter, which page is that on?
He's in Addison.
Oh, yes, he's in Atascosa County. So that is being recalled. And let me give you the date. It's being recalled for February 6th. You're welcome. All right, do they have Mr. Lynn up yet?
They're bringing him up, Judge Meyer.
All right. So we'll take up Mr. Lynn, and then we're gonna start on trial, and then Acevedo. That's gonna have to wait. That's gonna happen sometime during this trial, so. And my understanding is all the jurors are here.
Yes, you so. Need an alternate?
We already have two.
Oh, Judge, a third.
We need an alternate who has seen the movie The Warriors.
Oh, that is a very specific need.
She called you out earlier and you didn't hear because you were consulting with somebody. Oh, yeah. And somebody had reference night riders. She's like, "That sounds like Zach."
That's actually good.
Do you know?
Do I know Night Riders? Oh, famous movie, Judge.
So this is the front of that.
He doesn't know.
Famous movie, Night Riders. They're riding at night. It's the whole premise of the movie.
Oh, my gosh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's as if it's a movie because it's so compelling.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
That, you know, and so many famous people came out of
Name
Night
one thing
Riders.
that you would remember from that series.
It happened at night, first thing.
Well, this is one of the bedrooms.
Oh, my gosh.
Judge, am I wrong?
Yes.
It did a daytime. Everything in that show took place during the day. I beg to differ.
If you knew about this series, who was the art actor?
I mean-
Who was the actor that played the main character?
Who might be, and now this is true, who might be your main character? It might not be mine. What if I like different people in the show? So who's to say the main character?
Well, seeing how there are only three main characters,
And I can't choose between them, Judge, so that I can get an answer. One of the three.
she didn't ask you who your favorite character was. She said, name a main character.
Between the three of them, there's so many names in my mind, I can't. You did? What was it? Oh, the car. Of course.
Of course. That is like the perfect definition of fake it till you make it.
All right.
Number 4.
Oh, you all ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's bring them up.
It's like right out.
Just wait.
I think
Yes.
this is, you can see, it's like a little bit better angle.
No.
This is the other counter, so the counter on that side.
Two witnesses, they have to.
These are very similar. Maybe just-
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 8093, State of Texas versus Monica Wade. Can our parties announce for the record for the state
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
defense? Are you Monica Wade? You entered a plea of guilty on October 17th to the offense of felon in possession of a firearm. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison, and the state is silent on your application. Was there a PSI done in this case? Yes.
Yeah, I don't need mine.
Thank you.
I didn't email it to you. It was, I emailed it late, but it's actually.
All right, thank you. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI?
Yes, sir.
Any objections to the PSI report? State? Defense?
A couple of clarifications. There was a reference where my client indicated that we had been sexually assaulted by one of her uncles. And it kind of seemed like it was in the year of 21. But it was when she was 21.
Mhm.
Charges were never brought against the uncle or the incident that happened with her. However, this person is serving prison time for having done it to someone else. And then,
Yeah, absolutely.
it was 20 years, 21 years ago. When used to attempt to possibly relocate, that she was at gunpoint, attempted a sexual assault against her when she was at her friend's partner's boyfriend, was a girlfriend, was wanting to rape her. So I just wanted to clarify that. And then there was a reference to her son being murdered. He was 17 years old. This happened September 10th, 2018. This happened in Atascosa. The person was charged, but it's not indicted, and I think it's still pending further investigation. Those are just additions or clarifications.
All right, anything you wish to say to the court? I'm sorry, you need to speak up so I can hear. So the state is silent on your application. Why should I give you deferred?
Your Honor, I've really changed a lot of things. I'm not even going to lie. When my son was killed, I kind of went downhill from there. I did live here in Hayes, almost a year in Hayes County.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have grandchildren now, and I can't afford to be in jail or make any bad decisions.
And then the one with that. Are we telling the court that or believe that you intend to fulfill all of the
Oh,
conditions that
absolutely.
the court imposed?
Yeah.
All right, so what is this crystal substance that they said you had?
It was something that I had in my possession at the time.
Yeah, what is it?
I-
What was it?
It was crystal meth.
All right, when you drug test today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
All right, we're going to do a drug test today. Okay.
Feel like wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get this.
Yes. All right, do your drug test and then I'll make my decision.
Right, thank you.
Mitch, I'm just gonna let Hank, like, I mean. if
Okay,
y'all-
yes.
I'll let him know because I gotta run over there.
Oh, sure, no problem.
And I'm gonna, do you want me to just leave the copy over here?
Yes.
Or y'all, yeah, okay.
Oh, you know what? Let me keep
You, oh,
a
you.
copy for us. 'Cause I need to put that in the file. All right.
This is just a silent 5.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I've already got the TIC.
Yes, you can.
Oh, okay. I'll just leave it here.
And because I'm going to let them call their witnesses, that'll give you a chance to do other things.
Here's the TIC, so this will have a document.
All right, and are you able to line the jurors? Oh, here's Lynn. Oh, bring Lynn. I'm sorry, Diana. All right. Yes.
Yes, statement, Judge, I just want to make, there's should be a second one. I just want to make sure that the court.
I mean, I've read everything that's in the PSI report. If you want to continue to confer or something, then I'll take this up when we have a break in the trial. Okay, all right. If you can have him wait in the back.
Small one.
Diana, could I get this call? I'm sorry, not Diana, Adriana, could I get this cause number? 2023. Okay. I need, yeah, CR 8094. I need that file. Thank you. All right, so Deputy Laura, we'll bring the jury in. And Diana, are you ready for the jury to come in or no?
Get a minute just to make my briefs. 2 minutes.
Oh, no. As much time as you need.
Let me just-
Okay,
comment.
all right. So for the people who have the two cases for this afternoon, Wade and Lynn, we'll take you up during a break that we have. Zero 170, State of Texas versus John Stephen Meyer. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins and Kevin Stone for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Mark Stevens, started Baird for Mr. Meyer, Your Honor. We've got a little bit of chatting to do if we can about just housekeeping things to make things go smoothly. Shouldn't
All right,
take more than 5 minutes.
All right, 5 minutes. Because the jury's been here since 1:30.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No more written reports besides the two. No notes.
Thank you.
Judge, everything was negative except for the amphetamines. And she indicates she's on, medication. She's on 2 separate medications.
Mhm.
She says she provided documentation of that during the PSI. So I was gonna check that for you.
Okay.
Otherwise we can give her time to give us, but the 2 medications, I believe one of them was for amphetamine.
Okay. All right, just give us a moment. We're going to take this up and then we'll do that. They're lined up?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, are you all ready?
Judge, almost, we,
Thank you.
Print them out overnight.
Okay, and I'll obviously show you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Judge, we, we may have to, we're ready now, I think. We may have to ask for a little bit of a break between, after, Officer Molina testifies, just to kind of set up some electronic stuff.
Okay, all right. We're gonna bring the jury in. Who's your witness?
Martin Molina, Deputy. Molina. Yep.
Come take the stand.
No, I'm okay.
Oh, I'm taking care of that. No problem. Diana, it's gonna be done. All right, let's bring the jurors in.
All rise for the jury.
All right, everyone, please be seated. State, call your next witness.
State calls Deputy Martin Molina, Judge.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, you're gonna need to keep your voice up. You can lower your hand. You're gonna need to keep your voice up so that the members of the jury can hear and the court reporter can hear,
Okay,
and speak at a medium pace.
okay.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
State,
Deputy, can you tell the jury how long you've been with Bear County Sheriff's Office?
Been with the sheriff's office since July of 2012.
And do you have any did you go through the academy when you joined the Sheriff's Office?
I did. I went through a detention academy, and then was in the jail, and then to exit the jail, went to patrol academy.
And where are you, what are your job duties right now?
I'm assigned to our special operations unit with K9, so I help out our tag, local DEA, and HIDA.
And were you working on August 8th, 2022?
Yes, I was.
And did you participate in a search on that date?
Yes, I did.
Were you wearing your uniform that day?
Yes, sir. The same uniform as I have on right now.
Did you have your dog with you?
I did. Yes.
Your Honor, can I have? Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
yes,
Can we approach Judge just briefly?
yes. Just one moment. All right, state.
Yes, ma'am. Deputy Molina, were you wearing a body cam on August 8th, 2022?
Yes, that was something similar to this, but the version before this, Axon 2 is Axon 3.
Oh,
We
okay.
upgraded now.
Okay, and are you familiar with this disc that I'm showing you?
Yes, I am.
Have you watched this disc?
Yes, I have.
And how do you know you've watched it?
I have a signature on there and the date that I watched it.
And does this fairly and accurately represent the events as recorded on your body cam on August 8th, 2022?
Yes, it is.
And aside from any redactions made for legal reasons, is this does this depict the actions on that date?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I move to I offer into evidence State's Exhibit 7.
No further objection, Judge.
All right, State's Exhibit number 7 is admitted.
Permission to publish, Your Honor?
Granted.
While we're getting this loaded up, can you tell the jury what are your duties in a case like this?
So I get called from the investigators to assist on a search warrant with my narcotics dog. They will go ahead and breach the house. If no one answers the door, they'll knock the door down. They'll clear it for any suspects inside, detain everybody, walk them outside. And then what I do before that is I walk in with a spotter, usually the case agent. And I walk around the house, make sure there's no broken glass, hazardous materials that are gonna hurt my dog, throw rocks on the floor, he might lick, get injured. And once I see or deem it safe enough for him, I'll go ahead and deploy him and we'll begin our search of the house, checking every room possible we can. If we can't get to a room due to clutter or hazards, I'll terminate that room and let them know. And they'll go ahead and stand. Once I'm done, let them know what I found and come out the door.
So on the screen here, we're at 22, 45, 15. What are y'all doing right now?
So right here, I already did the walkthrough. I have my dog in my hand. And I'm gonna start my search. Usually I start with the first room in the house, which would be the right side. And my dog just does his own thing. He's pretty much seasoned, so it's a routine for him. He'll go in and just start working his area. He starts looking for any legal narcotics, the ones that we train for. The main groups: heroin, meth, cocaine, marijuana, and any other thing that's cut that has those narcotics inside of them.
And what's the dog's name?
Maximus.
And so is Maximus trained for all those substances that you just mentioned?
Yes, he is.
Can you tell the jury what's going on the screen?
So that big screen is a security camera. It has multiple cameras throughout the house. And I guess that's where they just have it displayed at.
And what's Maximus up to?
So right now he is just checking that cabinet. I'm presenting workable areas for him. What I mean by workable areas, you have cabinet at the house, drawers, door seams. Anything that's closed, I'll try to tap it so he can smell it without me having to open it up.
Okay, and so we're at 22, 46, 40. You're in a bedroom right now, is that what's going on?
Yes.
And are you doing a similar thing that you were doing in the front room?
Same thing. Usually I let my dog go ahead and work it. And then I'll give him another round if he doesn't find anything. I'll start presenting stuff. So if I know he's working too fast, I'll slow him down and present items to him to make him smell. Because usually he'll just get amped up and just pass by a lot of stuff.
He jumped up on the bed. Is that by design?
So he trains like that. He'll jump on the bed. He'll smell pillowcases, every crease. Usually beds are pushed up against the wall. He'll smell the creases just to make sure there's nothing stuffed in there. And he'll jump back down if there's no narcotics there.
So you're searching a bathroom now?
Yes, it's fairly small. So I mainly just stand at the doorway, but he'll go in and out normal time. But it's mainly like every room we treat it the same still. Yes, like that restroom.
What's that room? Oh, sorry, I thought y'all were headed the other way. So what is that there? What is he searching there?
It's like a little in closet, I guess you could say.
And then is this the kitchen?
Yes, it is.
Is that typical? You typically will search the fridge and the freezer as part of the search?
Yeah, so what I'm doing is the refrigerators, they seal really good. So I'm just burping it. So if any odor comes out, you can smell it. And you know, we've have found stuff in the refrigerator and freezers before.
That looks like the laundry room out there, is that right?
Yes.
What's he doing over there? Is he searching the top of that counter?
Yeah, the little island, yes, sir. He jumped up and started smelling that looked like a clear bag.
So we're at 225011, and so you moved on to the next room now, right?
Yes.
This is like a living room type area.
Yes, it would be the living room.
And you're motioning to that cabinet there. Are you having him search those cabinets? Are those toolboxes?
So my K9's very obedient to me because I'm a handler. So what I'm doing is motion him. If he alerts on narcotic, he's known not to break that scent. So I'm presenting the next workable area, which is a drawer and toolbox. And obviously he's not coming to me because he's locked on that narcotic scent wherever he's at.
I didn't hear what you said, Judge.
Could you repeat that?
Yes, I can. So my dog is trained on narcotics and he's obedient to them more than me. So if he hits on a narcotic, I move to the toolbox, which is the next workable area for me for my dog to search. Start tapping the toolbox for him to come and smell it, but he's not leaving where he was at because there's a odor of narcotics at that location where he's at. So he won't break that location and come to me.
So y'all have moved on to a bathroom now?
Yes.
We're at 225152 video. Are y'all searching a bedroom right now?
Yes, it's a bedroom.
Yeah, first the witness, Your Honor.
Yes.
While this is playing, I want to show you some photos.
Okay.
Do you recognize this?
Yes, that's the entryway of the house.
And is this a screen grab from your body worn camera?
It is.
Okay. And this has been marked as State's Exhibit number 8. And then can I show you, this is State's Exhibit number 9. Can you identify what this is?
It appears to be
I know it's a little blurry because.
Maybe the security where the camera was at, the first room to the right?
Yeah, and is that a fair and accurate depiction of that first room in the house from your body worn camera?
It is.
And this is State's Exhibit number 10. Can you identify that for us?
The same room.
Okay.
You can see the screen with the cameras.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of that room as you saw it that day?
It is, yes.
And this is State's Exhibit number 11. Is this a fair and accurate depiction of one of the bedrooms in the house that day?
Yes.
This is State's Exhibit number 12. Is this a fair and accurate depiction of one of the bathrooms in the house that day?
Yes, it is.
Can you identify State's Exhibit number 13?
It's gonna be the kitchen.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of what you saw that day in the house?
Yes.
Can you identify State's Exhibit 14?
The laundry room.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of the house that day?
Yes.
Can you identify State's Exhibit 15?
The living room.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of the living room as you saw it that day?
Yes.
This is State's Exhibit 16. Can you identify that for the jury? I know it's a little dark.
It appears to still be the living room, but facing the other way.
This is State's Exhibit 17. Can you identify that for the jury?
Yes, it's a restroom with the closet.
Can you identify State's Exhibit 18?
The bedroom.
And it's pretty dark in this one, but this is State's Exhibit 19. Can you identify that for the jury?
It's still the bedroom.
Okay. This is State's Exhibit 20. Can you identify that for the jury?
The bedroom.
Okay. And is that fair and accurate depiction of what you observed that day?
It is.
All right. This is State's jury.
It's still the living room.
Okay. Facing the other way, right?
Yes,
Okay. And is that a fair and accurate depiction of the room as you saw it that day?
it is.
Can you pause it, Kevin? Okay, can you identify State's Exhibit 22?
Would have to be the living room still, I guess, going towards bedroom.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of what you saw that day?
It is.
Okay, can you identify State's Exhibit 23?
The entry of the bedroom.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of the master bedroom that day?
Yes.
Can you identify State's Exhibit 24?
The bedroom.
Okay, and is that a fair and accurate depiction of what you saw that day?
Yes, sir.
And can you identify State's Exhibit 25?
The bedroom.
Okay, and is that a fair and accurate depiction of what you saw in the bedroom that day?
Yes, sir.
This is State's Exhibit 26. Can you identify that for us?
The bedroom.
Okay, and is that a fair and accurate depiction of what you saw that day?
Yes, sir.
This is State's Exhibit 27. Can you identify that for us?
The master bathroom.
And is that a fair and accurate depiction of the bathroom as you saw it that day?
Yes, sir.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a moment. Can I have parties approach briefly, please?
Yeah. Deputies, do you recognize State's Exhibit 28, 29, 30, and 31? Show them to you here.
I do, yes, still the master bedroom.
And are these all images from your body worn camera?
Yes, they are.
Your Honor, I move to I offer States Exhibit 8 through 31.
All right, then states exhibits. You said 8 through 31?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, states exhibits 8 through 31 is admitted.
Deputy, can you tell us what's going on in the search right now? Where are you guys headed?
So I'm not sure what I was doing when I was playing, but if we finish the living room area, normally we'll be headed towards the master bedroom.
So is that where you're headed now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're at 225605. Can you describe what's going on with you and the dog in there?
So I'm letting the dog work, letting him do his thing, and I'm just making sure to catch any alerts if he has any.
Can you just let us know when he alerts, how will we know?
So a lot of dogs are different. My dog can alert by the normal sitting down, laying down. And then I'll proof that by, like I explained earlier, going to the next workable area and telling them to search that. If you won't alert, or you have a change of behavior, you know, I'll tell somebody, hit an alert. But for instance, I give you an example. Check this cabinet right here. You know, he was very interested, but he didn't give me an alert. So if he's just walking by and he goes by real fast and starts messing with it, but doesn't alert, I'll just have make he double check that. You know, I'm not calling an alert, but something really caught his attention, but he can't pinpoint it.
So what's going on right here, Deputy?
So he's on the sink counter right there. He'll give you an alert. So I believe, I can't recall exactly what we found, but there would be somebody behind me, and I'll tell him, hey, he alerted right here. They'll see it, they'll remember. So I guess when we're done, everybody comes in and they'll start checking the areas where I had told them.
And will y'all search the rest of, this is like a bathroom with some closets attached. We all search in there?
Yes.
And do you remember, was there a way to get into that bathroom besides going through that bedroom?
No, the bedroom door entry was the only way in.
And if there was another way into that bathroom, y'all would have presumably gone that way to search it, right?
Yes. Check every door there is.
So we're just gonna skip ahead a little bit. So you searched the rest of the bathroom. Was this the end of your search here?
Yeah, it should be.
And then once you walk through with the K9, do you help them bag any evidence? Is that part of your duties on these type of deals?
No, so when I'm done, I'll let them know I'm done. I'll walk out, give them some water, and put them in this vehicle, and then we'll be out of the way.
It looks like y'all searched the garage.
Yes, it's like it's really cluttered, so we didn't really do too much. Like the example I gave earlier, I'll have the other guys come in and check it by hand just to be sure.
Was that the end of your involvement in this case?
Yes, it was. And then I'll briefly talk to the supervisor showing up, and that's it.
That's the witness, Your Honor.
Defense?
Deputy, when did your video start? Time of day, please.
I don't have an exact time frame that I got there. I don't know if it was 10 p.m., 10 a.m., noon. I can't give you the direct answer, but it was during the day.
Did you prepare an offense report or supplement in
So
relation to your investigation in this case?
I do a supplemental report for the deployment of the K9. It's really brief, and I just submit it.
Does it have on there the time of day?
No, I don't write that on there, no, sir. Because our report system that we use for Berry County, the RMS, it has the time and date of everything that was there.
So you can't tell if your video started at 10 o'clock in the morning or noon or 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
No, only way I can find out is if I go to our evidence where the videos are stored. It has the time on there.
The body cam that we're looking at,
Yes, sir.
is that your body cam?
It is, yes.
Okay. And it has on there a time. Is that time there fairly accurate, or do you recall?
I don't recall at all. I don't know.
I think the time there is 23:01:13. You see that?
I do see it, yes, sir.
Okay. And if we took 5 hours off the 23, that would be 18. Would that be 6 o'clock military time? 1,800 hours roughly?
That would be 6 p.m.
That sound about right to you? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. I'm just trying to get an idea of when you searched.
I don't recall. It was almost a year and a half ago, sir. I can't give you a direct answer.
Well, that's why you write the reports and supplements though, correct?
I do, but I don't use the time. No, sir. I just do.
I mean, you write the report to refresh your memory, so when you're called to testify a year or 2 years later, you can go back and refresh your memory, correct?
I don't do that on my supplemental. Sorry, sir.
Sir?
I don't do that on my supplementals. Now, if I did a general report, if it was my case, I would do that, yes.
Let's talk about, did you look at the body cam? You said that you'd seen it before today, State's Exhibit 7.
Yes,
Did that refresh your memory?
it did, yes.
Thank you. The, when you got there, from the body cam that we're looking at now, there appears to be other officers in marked vehicles there at the residence. And do you recall, were they all waiting for you to come in? Are you the kind of the start of the actual search?
So they already did their initial entry and checked the house. So they were just waiting for me to get there with the dog and do my walkthrough and then pull them out to do the search. After that, they can go along and do whatever it is they do after that.
What I'm trying to figure out is, I take it that they go in the residence and remove the occupants. And then do they kind of pretty much stand down until you arrive with Maximus the dog?
Yes, sir, correct.
And then you go through the house room by room, and you said that you have a spotter. And is the spotter, you said that someone is usually the case agent, is that right?
Yes, it's usually the handling agent or just somebody assigned to our tag group. Yes, sir.
And is that somebody that follows you along and you point out where Maximus might be alerting to the spotter?
Yes, that way he knows exactly where the things are, so he can show if the handling agent needs to know, he can say, it's this item right here.
Okay, let me just give you an example, okay, and see if this hypothetical works. Let's assume that you're going through a home, any home with Maximus, okay? And say he alerts on the pantry and the kitchen. Follow me?
Mhm.
And would you just point that out to the spotter and say, I think he's alerted here to the pantry and the kitchen?
I would if he alerted her, yes, sir.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And then would the spotter ask one of the officers to come in and search the pantry while you and the spotter and Maximus went to other areas of the house?
No, no one does anything until a dog visits.
Okay. So the spotter just has to remember where you tell him that Maximus alerts.
Yes, usually he'll just tell somebody, hey, it's right here. Sometimes someone will stand there, not like guarding it, but they'll stand in that area if there's a lot of people.
But that's what I was asking. So
Okay.
there could be a third person that stands at the pantry in our example, but they don't search it until the dog is gone, correct?
Yes, sir, correct.
Okay. And so once you have this, I think 17-minute search, then you load up Maximus and y'all are gone.
Yes, sir, correct.
All right. And then, what the spotter does after that, or what the other officers do after that, you don't know and you don't care. You've done your job, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. And if there is an area of the home, just a hypothetical example again, where you said there's a lot of clutter, like a garage or whatever, you have law enforcement come in and check it by hand, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and let me ask you this, let's assume that Maximus goes through and he has like 3 or 4 different areas that he alerts. To your knowledge, is it common for law enforcement then to come in behind Maximus and search by hand every place, even the places where he has not alerted, or is the search typically limited to where Maximus alerted?
No, they search wherever, because it's usually search warrants that we do for the house, so they're able to check any nook and cranny, but I just go ahead and do the dog first, which helps them out, pull up, pinpoint easier locations.
I guess what I'm saying is you got a dog like Maximus that's trained in this area, then it kind of eliminates the need to do a hand-by-hand search. Is that fair?
Somewhat, but not fully.
Tell me what's not fair about that.
You know, dogs are like humans. He can have a bad day, he can have an off day, he can miss something, so.
Let me see if I can, do you recall this being an interior construction site, a lot of construction going on in the home?
I wouldn't consider it a construction site, but to me, it seemed someone was living there that was closed. It's just somebody remodeling the home, but might not have somewhere else to stay, so I'm staying here and just fixing up little pieces here and there.
Okay. If I could get Mr. Wilkins to help me, would you mind putting that on 4537? Forty-five minutes and 37 seconds. Yes, I guess that, actually, what I was looking at was up here. So 45.
2240.
Yeah, 2245, yes, I think 22 is the given. Stop right there, that's good. And do you see, like, for example, right there, which is 224536, do you see over there to the left side of this picture, there being like a table saw inside?
Yes, sir, I see it.
Okay, and that is the primary room or the living room area, is that right?
To me, no, sir.
Where did you think that was?
Where I think this is,
Yes, you mentioned several different locations and one of them was a living room.
yeah,
Tell me
so
where you think that what room the table saw was in?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, I knew that room as a security room because they had the big TV with all the security cameras.
Okay, I'm gonna get to that next. So, but you don't know what room, you just call it the security room?
Yes.
Okay. And let me then get you, if you could, guys, would you go to 22, 46, 10? Around in there, I think that there's. And maybe let it run. Can you stop right there? What is that to the left of the screen? Is that the security
Yes, sir.
screen?
So it's a TV and they have I assume a security box and they hook it up to the TV similar to our video here and they'll pull every camera they have.
And when you said they'll pull every camera they have, you've got different squares up there. You see the 3 black squares there?
Yes, sir.
And then you see around the up there to the left and above the top black square, there appears to be just greenery or whatever. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And does that mean that the 3 boxes indicate that the camera that was there has been removed
Or not on.
or not on? Okay, but it could have been removed, right? And then where you have the greenery up above that, that camera is still operable, correct?
Yes, sir. Seems to be.
Okay, thank you. So when you got there and you went through with Maximus, the security cameras had either been turned off or removed as at least portions, some of them, is that correct?
I can't say. I don't know if it was like that before they got there. I don't know, sir.
No, when you got there.
That's how the screen was already.
That's what I'm saying. When you walked into the house, somebody had already, either the cameras were off or they had been taken down, correct?
Yes, sir, I guess.
Okay, thank you. And if I could go, guys, to 225034. That's close enough. Now, what are, those appear to be the toolboxes,
Yes, yes, sir.
and they were, do you recall what room of the home those were in?
I'd call it the living room.
And you said that Maximus is more obedient to narcotics than to me.
Correct, yes, sir.
And tell us again what that means.
So my dog listens to me, verbally, obedience wise, walks next to me, sits down, go gets his toy, drops it. So he pretty much listens to everything I tell him to do. But when he finds narcotics, he knows I'm not leaving here, even if you tell me to. Hey, come check here, go get my toy. I'm not leaving because there's something here. He's trained I'll give you an example. We're walking around the park or something, and he can just smell it and break off, and he's gonna go right there. So he's very obedient, I guess, or loyal to narcotics.
So tell me something, when he alerts and he notifies you that he's alerted, how do you get him to stop alerting on that area and go to the next place?
Usually I'll carry a toy with me.
A toy?
Yes, sir. It's a black Kong. Sometimes it has a rope, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes I'll pay him with it. But if it's a fairly big house and there's, like you mentioned before, numerous alerts, I'll just show him his toy so he get his mind off that and go to the next area.
Excuse me,
And you
excuse me,
mentioned-
just 1 second.
Yes, ma'am.
When you said black con,
Black. The color's black. It's a big rubber toy.
no, I mean, just what did you say for the
Oh,
record?
Kong, Kong.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
All right, you can continue.
Thank you. And you said that he alerted on the toolboxes?
Not on these directly. There's a brown, I don't know if it's a toolbox to the left of the red one. That's where he was focused on.
And do you know, did you then have the spotter? Did you inform the spotter that Maximus had alerted him in the brown toolbox?
Yes, I did.
And what the spotter did with that information, you don't know.
Correct.
All right, thank you. Now, let me talk to you a second about Maximus. And he is trained to smell what we normally think of maybe as street drugs, such as methamphetamine, cocaine, heroin, things of that nature, correct?
Yes, sir.
Marijuana, I guess. Is he trained also to smell prescription drugs?
Not unless it's laced with something else that we use.
So if you have a prescription drug like morphine, would the dog smell that?
Not if it's pure morphine, no, sir.
If you have, can he smell residue? For example, if I had a mirror and laid out a line of cocaine and somebody snorted the cocaine and left just residue on the mirror, would he hit alert on the mirror?
Yes, he will.
Okay. And if you have contraband like that in a closed container, for example, a pill bottle, and the pill bottle is closed, would he be able to smell the contraband in the closed pill bottle?
Yes, sir.
Madam Court Reporter, tell me what my last number was, please. 13.
I can do 13 next month.
Next one will be 13.
Yes.
Thank you. Let me show you what has been marked as defendants exhibits 13 and 14. And I believe that these were taken stills off of your body cam.
It
Okay.
appears to be, yes, sir.
And do these appear to be accurate pictures?
They do.
Okay. And are these pictures from the construction area within the home?
Yes,
And do you notice the studs there and the different ladder and things of that nature in one of the pictures? I think that would be 13.
yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Judge, we would offer 13 and 14. I need to publish them.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, defense exhibits 13 and 14 are admitted without objection.
Let me show you what has been marked now as defendants exhibits 15 and 16. And I submit to you, there's some additional stills that were taken from your body cam. Do they appear to be accurate?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And Judge, we would offer 15 and 16. And I do want to try to publish this.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, I'm sorry, defense exhibits 15 and 16 are admitted without objection.
Appreciate you. See that, officer?
Yes, I do.
And is that Maximus alerting on a piece of luggage?
He's not alerting, sir.
What is he doing there?
Just looking at me.
Looking at you?
Yes, sir.
And he stopped there at the luggage? You don't know why he stopped, or are you saying he did not alert there?
He did not alert there. No, sir.
Okay. Do you recall what was in that luggage?
I do not.
There is part of your body cam shows him sniffing the luggage and you altering the clothes that are in the luggage. Do you recall that at all?
I do.
Okay. Do you recall if they were women's clothes?
They appear to be.
And let me show you defendants exhibit 16 and tell you that this is a picture of the closet in the master bedroom, master bathroom. You see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you see brassieres and bras hanging there?
I do. Yes, sir.
Okay. And were there other items of a feminine nature in there? Dresses and blouses and purses and things like that?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. May I see the photo? Thank you. Yes, may I have just a moment?
Yes.
Just so that I'm clear, when Maximus alerts, and this is just a hypothetical, let's say he alerts on the piece of luggage, all right? Do you then, you personally go through the luggage to see what he's alerting on, to see if it's a kilo of cocaine or a pill bottle, or do you do anything like that, or do you just tell the spotter he alerted on the luggage?
Usually I just tell him he alerted there. If I don't have a spotter, and if it's a full alert, then if it's a luggage or a drawer, I'll pull the drawer up and see it, I'll close it, like that.
Say that again, he alerts on the drawer?
So say he alerts on a drawer or luggage, but I'm by myself, say we didn't have enough people to be with me, I'll go ahead and open it, look at it, close it, and keep going.
I take it on this particular occasion, you had plenty of people helping you, didn't you?
Oh, yes, sir, there was a lot of people there.
Okay. Officer, I think we've got a picture here that is better than what I was trying to show you as it relates to the security cameras. You see that?
Yes, I do.
And this is State's Exhibit 10.
Okay.
And the black areas there, the black boxes, black squares on this picture appear to be cameras that have been turned off or removed or whatever.
It could be, or it could just be one that's not there. Man, it has little white letters in it. I don't know what they say.
Okay. Do you recall there being construction items throughout the house? And I don't mean just a ladder, but it might be a hammer, it might be a tape measure, anything, something like that. It's clearly a part of construction.
There's the toolboxes. A saw that you pointed out to me, but I mean, I can't say hammer or nails. I can't go that in depth.
Okay. Let me show you what has been marked and admitted as States 28. Do you recognize that item right there?
I can't tell. I wouldn't be able to exactly tell you exactly what it is.
Okay. I'm pointing to a black item that appears to have a red stripe across it. Do you see that?
That container?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And do you recognize that to be a Milwaukee manufactured, I think they're the name of the brand, is a Milwaukee tape measure?
Let me see that one more
Yes,
time.
sir.
Looks like one. Says Milwaukee on there.
Okay. And I take it that there are times where you might see things that are open and obvious. Not so much in this particular instance, but you might have Maximus and you might see drugs or marijuana or whatever laid out just in the open. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
You've seen that before?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me show you defendant's exhibit number 11 and ask you if you can identify that from this particular search with Maximus. Did you see that item on a counter as a part of your search?
I can't right now. I can't recall.
Don't recall that? Okay. Judge, if I might have just a moment, I apologize. I've got kind of
Yes.
a wealth of photographs to look at. Officer, let me show you what has been admitted as defendants, excuse me, State's Exhibit 31. And you recognize that as a photograph of the bathroom.
Yes, sir.
And that's the way it was when you appeared, when you walked through with Maximus, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the tub there, the actual tub itself is empty, correct?
It appears to be.
Okay. While Mr. Stevens is helping me with locate another photograph, let me ask you a question. How were you notified to show up at this residence? Did you receive a call, somebody dispatch you to the residence?
So I don't recall the exact way I was, but it's normally through a text message from a supervisor under our organized crime.
And you're with Bear County Sheriff's Office?
Yes, sir.
And do you ever, because of your availability, help San Antonio Police Department or the Texas Department of Public Safety, people like that, if they need a sniff dog?
I do.
Yes.
Show you defendants exhibit 17. And this is another one item taken from your body cam, I believe. Does that look familiar? Or do you think that was taken by somebody else?
Can't recall of it. It usually has the numbers up there as a
Yes, sir.
video and the other prior pictures.
Had those numbers up there, and this one does not. But you don't recall this being, let me ask you this, do you recall this picture or the appearances, what's reflected in this picture on August the 8th of 2022?
From my memory, like just right now, I do not. but
Okay, that's
probably
quite
with
all right.
video.
Okay, that's quite all right. Thank you very much, officer. I appreciate it. Put it back to this. Put this there. I might have just one more minute, Judge.
Yes.
Thank you. Officer, I'm gonna conditionally call this defendant's exhibit 18.
Okay.
All right, is that right, Judge? Would that be it? Would it be 19 or?
You're on number 18.
Okay, this would be number 18, conditionally. I'm gonna have it printed off later, I believe, if you identify. Do you recognize this as being from your body cam?
I do, yes.
And do you recognize this as being, or displaying a bookshelf?
Yes.
And was the bookshelf in the master bedroom?
Yes, it was.
Okay, thank you
I had
very
to think
much.
for a minute, sorry.
That's quite, no, it's quite all right. Thank you. I appreciate you being diligent about it. Judge, we would offer this conditionally as defendant's 18.
All right.
And we need to get a copy printed
All
off.
right, just one moment. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to take a brief recess. So we'll get documents printed off. That way we'll have it because I like to keep things in order so no exhibits are lost, all right? So remember my previous instructions to you. Everything that you need to know about this case has come from inside the courtroom and nowhere else. Does everyone understand? All right, so this should probably take maybe 10 minutes. So I'm going to give you guys a little extra time, even though I say 10 minutes. We'll come back at 3:10. All right, everyone, please rise for the jurors.
Yeah, but she's out here. I mean,
All right.
she's here.
She can come testify. Let's, Mr. Lynn, deputy, he can be right here. We're going to take this up.
Let me bring him in.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Right there.
Is Zach around?
Judge, I'll call.
Thank you.
Over in here today, since you're a state.
I always tell them we're not in charge of the temperature. How's it going?
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Working court. Now, come here, y'all work.
Well, I always get great compliments on you. And one of the compliments I got was somebody said, do you know when he shows up at the jail for magistration, he still is in a suit and tie. And I told them I would expect nothing less. All right, we're going to go on the record. In 2023 CR 0696, State of Texas versus Chris Lynn. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state
Section for the state, Your Honor.
defense?
Cornelius Scott.
And are you Mr. Lynn?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we were here previously and it was reset to have a witness appear by Zoom. The witness is not here by Zoom. Mr. Cox, do you have any other witnesses?
Yes, Judge, Alyssa Lopez.
All right, Alyssa Lopez.
And just for the record, she had,
Come forward.
she had filed a statement with probation, but somehow she said she emailed and never got to them.
Right, so I'll let her tell me her statement. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You're gonna have to speak up.
Yes,
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Melissa Lopez.
All right, so my understanding from your attorney is that you sent in a letter by email to probation, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, can you tell the court what you wanted to say?
Yeah, the phone, you
Oh,
can, you,
can I get it?
yes.
Sure. All right, and I'll allow her to read her email because if the email would have went through probation, I would have just read it anyway.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right, you may read your email.
I wrote to whom it may concern. I'm writing to in hopes that you may consider offering probation to my stepfather, Christopher Lynn. I maintained a good relationship with him, and I know he is not a threat to me or my siblings or my children. I don't want a no contact order also. Or protective order, I'm not sure what it's called.
Okay.
I had also requested a no for the no contact order because at the time I was still helping my mom take care of my uncle. He has now passed away, but I do still help her take care of my brother, and she helps me take care of my son as well. He has been a big help and stepped up as a father to all three of us, and I do believe he can continue to do so if given the opportunity. I feel as though he has spent enough time, and we are all just trying to put this behind us and move on with our lives.
All right, thank you so much for coming down to let me know that. I really appreciate it. All right, you can have a seat back. Laura, you can start video. All right, and then the court is also in receipt of an email through probation, and I reviewed that as well. Okay. All right. And the court is ready to pass sentence. Mr. Lynn. All right, I've listened to what the witness has had to say, and I've also listened and read the stipulations. I've read everything, right? And I want you to know I understand what was stated to me, and I understand the wishes and desires of people, right? So I know that from reading the PSI report that people want you back in the home. And it appears that people want you back in the home because financially there's an issue. For example, financial support is needed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
But this is indecency with the child by contact.
Understand,
And it was reduced to that from continuous sexual abuse of a child.
understand.
You can't be around children.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to grant your application. I don't think this is based upon what I've read. I don't think this is a probation case.
Understand.
Okay. All right. And I want the mother of the children to know that the statements made by children or people who are complainants in these cases, it is not their fault that you're going to prison. A lot of people think, oh, it's the child's fault. Sometimes people don't put their children first. It's, oh, I need another source of income. Need another source of income. People need to work 2-3 jobs instead of perhaps putting their child in a situation where their child is not safe. Okay. And I appreciate your understanding that. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find you guilty, sentence you to the 10 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. There's to be Chapter 62 compliance. There's to be no contact with the complainants. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. I keep forgetting it's 2024. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. So, are you the mom? Yes. Here's the thing, and this is just a side note. Oh, and Mr. Lynn, this is not for you because you've accepted responsibility, and I appreciate you accepting responsibility. Children who have been abused in the way that your child was abused, bringing them to court because you can't meet your rent or your mortgage or pay your bills or have somebody else to watch your children, that's an issue. You understand? Because when you bring them into court to do that, that is not acknowledging what they've been through. What you're doing is saying, yeah, I know what you've been through, but we got other issues. I got a bill that needs to be paid and he can help me pay that bill. So suck it up. That needs to stop. And it is not her fault that he's going to prison. I'm sending him to prison. So if you want to blame somebody for not having your mortgage paid, your electric bill paid, or somebody to help you watch your children, you can blame Judge Boyd. You understand? Your daughter and the children who are impacted by this, they need to go into therapy. And you know why they need to go into therapy? Because one, their mother is not standing up for them. Their mother has brought them into court to write a letter saying that the person who has sexually abused them needs to have probation. So don't be going home blaming her because your man is no longer at your house. Your man is no longer at your house because he sexually abused your children. And any of your children who have children, he should not be around them. And it was very good of him to accept a plea and to accept that he has done wrong. And you need to open your mind and accept the fact that he has done wrong and he should not be around your children. And you need to apologize to your children and tell them you were wrong for forcing them to come in here to give a statement about, we want him home. I'm not in fear for him, so your bills can get paid. Do you understand? Good luck to you. All right, Monica. Thank you, Mr. Cox. Yes.
Statements. Those statements that ask the probation.
Yeah.
They are seen to provide.
Mhm.
So it's no statement to the probation.
I understand, but I know who helped. I understand. I know it's not you, Mr. Cox, and I know who helped write the statements, but I appreciate you. Thank you, Mr. Cox.
All right, thank
Yeah, just this last one, and then you'll have 10 minutes, I promise. 11 minutes, okay. We're going to go on the record in 2023 CR 8093, State of Texas versus Monica Wade. Ms. Zach,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Dunn, can
Yes,
you
Your Honor.
announce for the record?
Zach Dunn for the state, Your Honor.
All right, we're back on the record in the state of Texas versus Monica Wade. Ms. Wade, I'm going to give you a choice. I read the report. I know there are issues. I will either sentence you to prison or either I will give you probation. I will sentence you to prison for 3 years or either I give you probation for 8. Which do you prefer?
I'd like to.
All right. Court is finding you guilty. The court has sentenced you to 5 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. And Adriana, if you could tell me what the court cost in this will be, it's a 3rd-degree felony. Taking into consideration 2023 CR 9034, there's $60 restitution to SAPD for testing, and 2023 CR 9034, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors, field visits 1 time per month for 3 months, and then at the probation's discretion thereafter, 200 hours of community service restitution, MIC evaluation, or some type of trauma counseling, parenting classes. Once you've completed the parenting classes, your community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
And what is the cost of court costs?
I tended to the court.
Just 1 second. All right, the court cost in this case is going to be $325. If that is given to you in installments, will you be able to pay it?
Yes.
All right. Defense, there's something you wanted to say?
Judge, she did participate in complete parenting course.
All right, is Child Protective Services involved in this case?
No, ma'am.
All right, this was completed in January 2024.
Yes.
That's been over a year, so you're going to have to redo it. Do you understand?
No, that's just.
Okay. It says date of course of completion, January. Oh, 24. I keep forgetting we're in 2024. Thank you for speaking up. All right, just turn that into probation. It'll be acceptable.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
We're off the record. You can go take your break. All right. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you feel like there's an issue, let probation know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can come back to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. All right, we're going to take a break. And you didn't need We are ready.
All right, for the jury.
All right, everyone, please be seated. And I believe we're still on cross-examination, correct? You may proceed.
Let me show you, I've shown you a computer screen before of, what was conditionally defendant's exhibit number 18. I've been able to get that printed. You still recognize defendant's exhibit 18?
Yes, sir.
All right, Judge, we would offer defendant's 18.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, defendant's exhibit 18 is admitted without objection.
Let me, ask you just a few more questions and I'll let you go. Let me show you defendant's exhibit number 6. And that's previously been admitted into evidence. Those are 3 vehicles that were found outside the residence on August the 8th.
Right.
Do you recall those vehicles?
I remember seeing the truck when I'm walking inside.
Did Maximus search any of the vehicles?
He did not.
And was that just not requested? Did they just limited to the?
It's not requested. No, it's usually all property, but it wasn't requested.
And I want to ask you this. There were individuals that were occupying the home. You said that the initial officers, when they entered the home, took the occupants outside, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you have any action whatsoever with the occupants?
I did not.
Okay, and I know you didn't now. So was Maximus, did he sniff them and determine if any of them had contraband on them?
No, we don't practice that.
Pass the witness. Thank you very much for your testimony.
All right, state.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused or subject to recall?
Excused from the stage, Judge.
I think he's excused, Judge.
All right, the rule has been invoked. What that means is you cannot discuss your testimony with anyone or watch anything. The only persons you're allowed to speak to are attorneys for the state or the defense. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Call your next witness.
State calls Deputy James Ma, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, if you can raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Okay.
All right, you can lower your hand. So need you to keep your voice up so that the members of the jury can hear and the court reporter can hear.
Okay.
And if you'll speak at the pace, because I know you're a fast talker, if you'll speak at the pace that I'm talking, it will make it easy for the court reporter.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State your name for the record.
Investigator James Ma,
You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Investigator Ma, how long have you been with the Bexar County Sheriff's Office?
16 years.
And what are your duties at the Sheriff's Office right now?
Currently, I am assigned to the Organized Crime Intel Unit. I oversee technical investigations, intelligence, and high-tech crime, cybercrime.
Were you employed by BCSO by the Sheriff's Office on August 8th, 2022?
Yes, sir.
And did you take part in a search on that date?
Yes, sir.
Would it help if you had your report in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, that'll be 33. Can I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
Can I hand you what I just marked as State's Exhibit 33? Do you recognize it?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell the jury what that is?
My supplemental report?
Okay, and so did you take part in a search of 224 Majestic Grove on August 8th, 2022?
Yes.
What were your duties as part of the search team?
Search for any contraband, narcotics, weapons, anything that is considered illegal.
Were you assigned to a certain area of the home, or were you kind of searching all over the place? What were your duties as geographically?
I searched multiple areas in the home. There were about 5 rooms, I believe.
And was one of the rooms that you searched a bedroom?
It was master bedroom, yes.
Did you find anything in the master bedroom?
No, I did not.
Did you search any other areas of the house?
A room belonging to a Mr. Alderette and the living area.
Did you find any narcotics when you were searching the house?
No.
And can you remind the jury what is your area of expertise?
My expertise is cybercrimes.
Cybercrimes, okay. Tell us a little. I know that we all kind of have a general idea of what cybercrimes are, but what are your day-to-day duties as a cybercrimes investigator?
So my day-to-day currently is cell site analysis, intelligence analysis, pretty much anything I support other investigators like homicide. I'll look at their cell site records and I'll correlate that with positioning of a suspect and their device. Or I can navigate digital forensics articles, Mac OS, iOS, iPhone, for instance, Android phones. My background in cybersecurity, so I have background in term hacking. It's or penetration testing is what we call it. Network intrusions, online impersonation, cyberbullying, stuff like that.
So how many narcotics arrests have you made throughout your career?
I mean, other than getting the occasional, hey, this is your case, I've actually never spearheaded a actual narcotics investigation.
So would you say that narcotics investigations are generally part of your day-to-day?
No.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Defense.
So I know what you're doing now. What was your assignment back on August the 8th of 2022?
Cybercrimes, high-tech crimes, intel.
Do you know how you got recruited to participate in the search of this home?
We all help. We all help. The whole unit will come help.
Okay, so organized crime did?
The whole unit, whoever's available. So our unit comprises of about 20 people, probably.
Okay,
And most people will come help for a search warrant just because of the bodies to look for once the bodies to look for personnel to look for in the area of a big location.
okay. And so they wanted a lot of bodies out there because it was a interior residence, I guess that,
Yes,
okay, and do you recall how many officers were out there
I
participating? in the
don't
search?
recall.
Do you have an estimate? Was it more than 5 or more than 10 or
It was probably more than 5, yes.
was it less than 10, would you say, or do you know?
If you look at the body cam, you'll see everyone that was there. So,
And did you have a body cam on?
yes.
And who told you what area of the residence to search?
We were assigned areas by the investigating agent, which is, I don't remember who it was.
Would it be Officer Salazar?
Yes,
That ring a bell?
yes.
All right. And he told you to go search the bedroom?
Well, we were told to pick an area to search, and we all kind of migrated to a certain area, and they annotated where we were at.
And were you the first one in the room to search the room?
There were several of us in that room. It was a big room.
And are you saying then there was more than one person that searched the bedroom at the same time you did?
I mean, it's a big room. I can't search myself, so it's probably more than one person. I mean, I was concentrated in my area. I didn't see who was behind me.
Tell me how you determined which area was yours to search.
We just migrated to the room that was, open room, go search the room.
And what did you search? Did you search drawers?
I searched the dressing, I think it's the dresser. It was on the left side of the bedroom. A dresser had a bunch of boxes. I think with some clothes on the floor and the bed, under the bed.
Okay. Did you notice any female garments in there?
There was garments everywhere.
Were they female?
I don't recall.
Okay.
There were some female items, I believe.
There were some female items, you say?
Yes,
Okay. In the bedroom.
yes.
All right. And you say, let me show you defendant's exhibit number 18 and ask you if you can identify that photograph. It's been admitted into evidence.
That is the view from where I was searching at. So I was searching on the, right here, the backside, behind me. Behind the
So,
photo.
this person-
Wait, I'm sorry, just a second. If you all can remember not to talk over each other so that the court reporter can take it down.
The person we see in this picture, just the arm, you should understand that.
So I'd be standing this way.
You'd be looking the opposite way of this person?
No, so that would be my frontal view.
Okay.
I was searching behind.
I don't understand how you have a frontal view and you're searching
So
behind.
if I'm standing towards that restroom, I'm searching behind me. You understand?
I'm following, I'm sorry.
So if I'm standing straight towards and I'm facing the restroom, there's an area behind me, right? I'm searching the area behind me
If you're searching the area behind you, why are you facing the bathroom?
because my body cam turns around. I mean, it's faced right here. So if I turn my body, I'm not searching this area, it's just on.
And did you search this dresser?
Who's dresser? Yes, I did.
Did you search the bookshelf?
No. Well, bookshelf, I looked at the top portion of it, but I didn't actually search. There was some money on there and some other stuff on there, but I didn't.
So you specifically looked on the bookshelf and you saw certain items you recall?
Money, some books, obviously.
Okay. And the female items, were they on the dresser? Were they scattered throughout the room or do you
Scattered
recall?
throughout the room.
Scattered throughout the room. Thank you.
And you were, of course, there. The purpose of the search warrant was to determine if there were any methamphetamine or narcotics there. And that was the primary source of your search, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And you did a diligent search as best you could, correct?
correct.
And you did not locate any contraband in the master bedroom, correct?
Where I was searching, no.
And you notified the lead investigator about your findings, which was, I didn't find anything. And the lead investigator was Salazar
It was Salazar and Rios.
and Rios, okay? Do you recall any of the other officers that were searching the bedroom with you?
I believe. We were in and out a lot, so it could have been Salazar could have came in. They weren't searching, so they could have came in the room.
Say it again.
They would have came in the room, but actual searching. I mean, it was a year ago, so I mean, I couldn't tell you who was all in the room.
Say that again.
It was about a year ago, right?
Yes, sir.
So I couldn't tell you who was all in the room.
I understand. So let me go back. I understand y'all is split up some way and you were in this room with one or more officers, correct?
Yes.
All right. And Salazar is not there. That's why you report back to
He is not there. He is helping in other areas of the room.
other areas of the home.
Other homes, home, yes.
Okay, that's all right. And do you recall a fellow by the name of Luna being there?
I believe he was there.
Did he assist in the search of does that refresh your memory as to whether or not he was in the bedroom?
I do not know.
Now, when you got there, were you part of the initial team that entered the
Yes.
home?
I was doing perimeter security in the back of the home.
Did you escort the occupants of the home outside the home?
No, I walked up, they were already lined up outside already.
Did you come in, you say the perimeter, were you around the side then?
I was by the back gate to the rear of the house.
Let me finish my question, so we don't talk over each other. Were you then around the perimeter, you said, would that be the side and the back of the home?
Yes,
Okay, thank you. Did you have any interaction with the occupants of the home?
yes.
All right, and what was that interaction?
Mr. Alderete.
And did you take him out or?
No, this was after. We talked to him in his room.
Okay, all right. And that was David Alderete, correct?
Yes,
Did you have any interaction with Michael John McKenzie,
I don't recall.
Darian Sandoval,
I don't recall.
John Sparks,
No,
Kelly Elizabeth Couples?
that was the female, right? Alderete's girlfriend?
Yes.
Yes,
Say it again.
yes, I did.
I believe Darian Sandoval was Aldretti's girlfriend.
I don't remember her name, but I know his girlfriend was there.
I got you. Okay. And do you remember anybody by the name of Kelly Elizabeth Couples?
No,
You remember a person by the name of Richard Jordan?
no,
You remember a person by the name of Catherine London?
no.
You don't know that they were there or not, you just don't. the only
I
person
don't
you had-
recall. I know there's a lot of people there.
A lot of people there.
Yes.
Okay. Pass the witness.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused or subject for recall?
Excuse for the state, Your Honor.
Excuse from us, Judge.
All right, the rule has been invoked. What that means is you can't discuss your testimony with anyone. The only persons you're allowed to speak to are attorneys for the state or the defense. All right, thank you. Have a good one. State, call your next witness.
State calls Deputy Jesus Salazar.
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give would be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, have a seat. Make sure you keep your voice up so the members of the jury and the court reporter can hear. If you could state your name for the record.
Mr. Salazar,
All right, state.
Good afternoon, Deputy. How long have you been with the Bear County Sheriff's Office?
about 17 years,
How long have you been with the Narcotics Department of the BCSO?
about 2 years.
Do you have any specialized training, law enforcement training?
Continuing training, yes,
And did you go through the academy when you joined the BCSO?
I did.
And do y'all do continuing training like yearly on law enforcement topics?
Yes,
Were you working on August 5th, 2022?
yes,
Were you in uniform?
no,
Were you in plainclothes?
yes,
Were you driving a marked vehicle,
no,
the unmarked vehicle?
yes,
Would it help you to have your report, your police report and your investigative report in front of you?
yes.
Can I approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
So were you what were you doing on August 5th, 2022?
On August 5th, I was conducting static surveillance at a particular address off of Majestic Grove.
Okay. Why were you out there on Majestic Road?
Our unit received a tip in regards to possibly narcotics or some sort of prostitution going on at the residence.
What time did you get out there?
That day, I think we got it there about somewhere around 6 a.m.
And what did you notice when you got there?
When we got there, first time we observed a lot of vehicles and a little bit of foot traffic there at the residence.
Can you tell the jury a little bit more about the foot traffic? Why was that interesting to you?
Well, in regards to narcotics, foot traffic, me and people were coming and going, staying for a short period of time, which is common practice for someone who is dealing drugs versus someone who's just coming over to visit. They usually stay for a while.
And so when you're out there doing surveillance, was it that confirming the information you got from the tip, or
Correct.
To the leading question.
All right, that'll be sustained.
were you more suspicious when you're doing the surveillance or less suspicious when you're doing this?
It rose suspicion as to what exactly was going on, which led us to determine we needed some more surveillance.
So what time do you think you left on August 5th?
August 5th, I think we left about noon time.
And did you return on August 8th?
We did.
And can you read, is it the address that you went out to, is that on your report?
I believe it's 224 Majestic Grove.
So on August 8th, you went back out to the house. Do you remember what time you got there?
I think we got there about 6 o'clock.
What time, or I'm sorry, what were you doing when you got out there?
Again, we were conducting surveillance,
And were you in uniform at that time?
plain clothes,
And was your in a marked vehicle, unmarked vehicle?
unmarked,
So undercover surveillance time.
correct.
What did you notice about the house on the 8th?
Again, we noticed some vehicles, a large amount of vehicles in the driveway, along with a little bit of foot traffic.
And so the same foot traffic that you saw on the 5th, you saw that on the 8th as well.
Absolutely.
And did anybody leave the house while you were watching the house?
We observed a male and a female come out and get into a yellow Penske truck, along with another female that came out and got into a black Jeep.
Okay, so tell us about the Jeep.
So the female who came out and got into a black Jeep originally got in with some bags in her hands. When she exited the driveway, as you come out of the driveway to the right, there's a small cul-de-sac. I had another deputy staged in the cul-de-sac. I was out of my view when she took the right. He observed her slow roll by his truck.
Sorry, just slow down just a little bit for Diana. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. So he observed her slow roll by his truck. She goes back in front of the house, gets down, runs back in the house for a short period of time and comes back to the Jeep and drives towards the exit gate of the neighborhood.
Did you follow her? Or?
Yes, I followed her to the exit gate. My partner at that time was sitting outside the gate. Once she exited, he picked up the rolling surveillance. I went back to the house and sat on it.
And who's your partner?
My partner is Deputy Rios.
And was he out there with you on the 5th?
Correct.
But y'all are in the same car, or
Separate vehicles.
and when y'all are there on the 8th, y'all are in separate vehicles?
Correct.
And so when Rios starts doing the rolling surveillance, are you part of that, or do you stay at the house?
I stayed with eyes on the house.
Okay. And what's the purpose of that?
The purpose of that is to keep the link on the house in regards to if a traffic stop is conducted and there are narcotics, we can keep that link in regards to obtaining a search warrant.
And did you see anybody enter or exit the house after the Jeep left?
No,
And you weren't part of that traffic stop?
correct,
I guess you could hear what's going on the radio, but
correct.
you're just at the house all the time.
Stationed there.
And did you learn that there was a search warrant?
Yes, after a period of time, after the traffic stop was conducted and the field interviews were conducted, we were notified that a search warrant would be obtained.
So about how long after the Jeep left the house did you receive
I would say anywhere between an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
And what happens once the other officers get a warrant?
So once the warrant is signed, the person who's getting the warrant signed brings the warrant back to the house. During that process, an entry team is already making location to prepare for an entry. Once the warrant is on the property, they make entry.
And are you part of the entry team?
No, I was not part of the entry team.
So who are the entry team? Are those BCSO guys?
Yes, all BCSO guys.
And what's their job?
So their job is to make entry in the house. Everybody inside the house will be detained. They go and check all the other rooms from people who may be hiding. Once the house is secured, they inform us that the house is secured, and then we proceed further.
And can you tell the jury, what do you mean by the house is secured?
Secured by nobody else is in the house.
causing any threats. Everybody in the house is detained. All the rooms have been searched. And there is nobody else hiding.
And so you're outside until that happens?
Correct.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
Have you watched this video?
Yes.
And how do you know you've watched the video?
My signature's at the top and the date when I watched it.
And are you, do you appear in this video?
Yes.
And does the video fairly and accurately reflect the events as they occurred?
Yes.
Okay. Can we approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Just one moment. I'm sure everybody has their Fitbit. We're going to take a 10-minute break. There's just something that needs to be reviewed. My understanding is it will take about 3 minutes, but sometimes equipment doesn't work, so I always factor in just in case the equipment is not working. So I'm going to have you all come back at 4:05. Remember my previous instructions, okay? All right, everyone, please rise. And Charlie and Mark, I do understand your objection with regards to the Blue Rock now. Okay.
So are we,
Oh, no, so I'm gonna hear it because my question and what I'm trying to figure out is where all of this was in location to each other.
Okay.
All right.
We are too. Are you gonna, you're not gonna allow him to say, I suspected this to be methamphetamine?
No.
Or I field tested there and it's not that?
No.
correct? Okay.
I mean, field tests are not admissible
Fine.
unless the law has changed.
You can't say that he performed field tests though, right? Like that's just something I want to get out that like that's part of his duties.
I mean, he can say he performed field tests,
But not the
but
results.
unless he is not allowed to say, you know, I performed a field test and it was presumptive for A, B, or C.
Okay.
The chemist is going to have to testify to whatever.
And the only reason I want that's part of his duties is because, you know, you have to take things out of bags and bottles and stuff in order to field test. it.
No,
That's-
yeah, he can do that, but he's not allowed to testify what the presumptive tests, what the results of it were.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, in this situation, we know that there was no validating or confirmation test by a chemist. And therefore, the fact that he, tested it and seized it, the only inference the jury can draw is that it tested positive for some type of contraband.
Well, I mean, people can always cross-examine the chemist, and the chemist is going to tell you specifically.
Chemist was not asked to weigh it though.
No. I mean, the chemist is going to tell you specifically what they tested. And if they didn't test that, nobody knows what it is.
That's it, Judge. That's the whole problem. Nobody knows what it is. So the jury thinks they came here on a methamphetamine warrant. They seized these things. There must be a reason why they seized it. So it must be relevant to the case, but it's not because it's unknown what it is. It's not relevant at all. And without an identification, it's highly prejudicial.
All right,
Highly
so
prejudicial.
we're going to bring the jury in.
Well, can we
And-
just say this, Judge? I understood, Hank to tell us they're not even gonna go there on the things that have not been tested. Is that still right?
Yeah, we're only trying to prove those things that we talked about already.
Well, we're not even gonna try to admit them,
Well,
right? Because they're.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to admit him, but I mean, I guess part of his job is manipulating things and bagging these things up, so I was gonna have to talk about that.
I don't think we have any problem with just general discussions generally about not specific items and field testing in general, but not specific items. right?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna ask him like, what would the
I
field
think so.
test
Yeah,
reveal?
I think so. Well.
All right, let's bring the jury in.
The other issue here, are you fine taking?
All right, for the jury?
Wait, right? Keep one here.
Yes, but if I'm gonna keep it here, somebody's gonna have to sign.
Okay, and we usually do that through her.
Awesome, okay.
Okay, I think it's through her, it's through someone.
Whatever you say.
Okay.
All right, everybody, please be seated.
And then we approach.
Yes.
You have to finish up where we.
All right. States Exhibit number 4, defense, your objections to States Exhibit number 4 is noted for the record.
Your Honor,
And
do I-
States Exhibit number 4 will be admitted.
Your Honor, do I have permission to publish?
Yes.
Thank you. My name is This is Salazar from the Bear County Sheriff's Office. Our contact is August 8th.
It's terrible here. Let's see.
That's 1806, $100. We made it to the address of, my name is Dennis Salazar of the Bear County Sheriff's Office, narcotic unit. Today is August 8th, 2022. The time is 1806, $100. We made it into the address of 224 Grove. 1806. Will now read you your property. Right? Before you ask any questions, my duty as a police officer to inform you of all of your rights and to warn you of the consequences of waiving these rights. You have the right to remain silent. You do not have to make any statement, oral or written, to anyone. Any statement that you make will be used in evidence against you in a court of law at your trial. You have the right to have a lawyer present to advise you before and during any questioning by police officers or attorneys representing the state. You may have your own lawyer, or if you are too poor to hire a lawyer, the court will appoint a lawyer for you free of charge, now or at any other time. If you decide to talk with anyone, you can, and you can stop talking to them at any time you want. The above rights are continuing rights, which can be urged by you at any time of the stage of this proceeding. Everyone here understand your rights? We're going to start with you, ma'am. I need you to look into the camera, state your full name, date of birth.
John Meyer, 8/25/62.
I'll start with you, ma'am. Do you work? You work?
Okay.
You're retired. Okay. All right, do you guys have anything declared? Do you have any guns, knives, needles, booby traps, anything that'll hurt or stick the officers or anything when we're searching the house?
There is one small caliber pistol in my room.
One small caliber pistol in your room, okay? Anything else? No? Are you aware, is any one of you aware of narcotics located in the house such as heroin, marijuana, cocaine, methamphetamine, etc.? If so, where are they located and are you willing to point them out to us? Is that a no? Sir, did you understand what I said?
Yes, I don't.
You don't know? Okay. Do you have any large amount of money or jewelry that you want to bring out in front of the cameras so that there's no discrepancies later? Everybody else did the right? Okay, at this time, we'll stop taping and begin the search.
Deputy Salazar, what did we see on that tape there?
You saw me reading the Miranda warning and contents of the search warrant.
And was the defendant in that tape?
Yes,
Can you, do you see the person on that tape that you identified as the defendant? Do you see him in the courtroom?
yes.
Can you identify him by an article of clothing that he's wearing?
Dark navy jacket, tie, white shirt, khaki pants.
And he made a statement to you about a gun, right?
Yes.
What did that statement mean to you?
Judge, I'm going to object to what it might mean to him. That's
Sustained.
What did the defendant say to you?
He informed me that I had a small caliber weapon in his bedroom,
Okay, in his bedroom.
in his room.
What were your duties as part of the search there?
My duties after the search was completed was to go behind and collect all the evidence involved.
Okay, so did you search the whole house by yourself?
I didn't search the house. The house was already searched. I just collected evidence after the search is complete.
Okay, can you give the jury a better idea of,
So after the search is completed, the officers who conducted the search will let me know where the drugs are in the rooms. And I will go to those rooms that they are claiming the narcotics are in. I then take pictures of the narcotics. I gather the narcotics and I package them up for the lab to test.
so is there a standard operating procedure for if one of your fellow deputies finds some drugs?
Yes, and that is to inform me that the drugs are there.
If he finds them in a room, does he just leave them in that room?
Yes.
And would it
He
be,
normally stands there and secures that and makes sure nobody comes in and out, nobody tampers with until I come and collect.
and so what do you do when you collect the narcotics?
Normally, my procedure is I take pictures, I will test, I will package, and then transport them to the Bear County property room.
Do you always do that in the same order, or does it vary? Like, do you always take the photos first, or sometimes you're field testing first, or,
But it's usually the same order.
okay, and what is that order?
Taking the pictures first, then getting the evidence into a test kit, testing it. After that, we'll package it and transport it to the Bear County property room.
Can you describe what a field test is to the jury?
A field test is, we have small test kits that are provided. We take a little bit of the narcotics, we dump it into the bag. There are 3 valves in it. We crack those, shake it around. A positive alert will give a specific color as to what it is.
And do you have to remove, if you find some narcotics and they're in a bag or a bottle, do you have to remove them from whatever container they're in to field test them?
Yes.
Is there a way to field test them without taking them out of the bag they're in?
No.
And if another officer found drugs in one room, would he move them to another room?
No.
Doesn't object to what another person might have done. He doesn't know unless he knows, unless he was there and saw it.
All right, that objection will be sustained.
Would it be against department policy to find drugs in one room and then move them to another room?
Yes.
Object to leading the witness.
All right, that'll be overruled.
So would it be against the department's policy to move the drugs that you found in one room to another room?
Yes.
Could you get reprimanded at work for doing something like that?
Yes.
Could you be fired for something like that?
Yes.
Could you be prosecuted by our office for something like that?
Yes.
Okay, so you're the evidence tech on this this search, right?
Correct.
So can you remind the jury, what is the order here? First is the entry team, right?
Correct. So first is the actual obtaining of the search warrant signed by the judge. And then the deputy who's getting the warrant signed will then bring the signed warrant back to the location. After it's back on the location, entry team makes entry. They go in and detain everyone in the house. At that point, they continue to search through the rooms. Once it's secured, they tell us it's secured. We are allowed to take the detainees out of the house. After that, the next step would be to have K9 go in and do a sniff of the house to see if the dog gets alerts. Once that is completed, we then take everybody back into the house, secure them into one room, and we'll continue to read the Miranda warnings, let them know why we're there, read the search warrant. After that is finished, then we will execute the warrant and search it.
Okay, sorry, I'm just marking these real quick.
May we have just a moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
We approach him?
Yes. Yes.
Deputy Salazar, sorry, Deputy Salazar, can you tell the jury what that is? State's Exhibit number 36.
This is pretty much, it's a narcotics evidence report. It pretty much states the narcotics we found in the location.
Okay. And on the top right here, can you read us, what is that number right there?
That is the incident case number 22-016279.
Okay, and can you tell the jury what State's Exhibit number 37 is?
Number 37.
Yes, I'm sorry, I marked this one on the back.
Where do you see 37?
This
This is
one.
the lab.
Yeah.
So this is, I see. This is our lab report. It's a list of the narcotics that was located in the residence, and it states which narcotics are to be tested.
Okay, and is there this agency number? What's that up there?
That again is the case number 22-016279.
Okay. And can you tell the jury what State's Exhibit number 38 is?
This is a non-narcotic evidence report which states what we collected was not narcotics, such as a gun, a knife, or what have you.
And so did you prepare State's Exhibit 38?
I did.
Okay, and did you prepare State's Exhibit number 36?
I did.
And then this is State's Exhibit 37. Is that your name's on that? Did you
Correct.
prepare that?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. And so one of your responsibilities during the search was to go around, do these field tests and bag up the drugs, right?
Correct.
Okay, and did you bring some drugs with you?
I did.
You have your knife first.
I did.
So, so I noticed on NARC 1, which is one of these. So when we were talking to defense counsel the other day on Tuesday, we were talking about some of your paperwork on as to NARC 1. Do you want to tell the jury what we were talking about?
Yes, there was a typo on my labeling. It states that there was a white crystal substance and it should have said white and blue in color.
And what does it say instead of white and blue in color?
It says white crystal substance alleged to be methamphetamine.
So I'm gonna mark this bag for identification purposes as State's Exhibit 45. And can you tell the jury what's the case number on this bag there?
Case number is 22-016279.
Okay. And can you you just read this off, but so that's NARC 1. And does that number, the case number, does that correspond to the case number on State's Exhibit 36, 37, and 38?
Yes.
Those are the same number?
Yes.
And I'm gonna mark this State's Exhibit 46. Can you tell the jury what this is?
This is white pills alleged to be morphine.
And then can you tell us what the case number is on there?
Case number is 22-016279.
Okay. And on the non-narcotic report, which is State's Exhibit 38, just to refresh your memory, did you recover any firearms as part of the search?
Yes.
Okay. And do you recall where you recovered that firearm?
In the master bedroom.
And as part of your duties as the evidence technician, did you take some photos?
I did.
I'm going to show you, I'm going to try and be a little quicker this time, but this is State's Exhibit 39. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
Did you take this picture?
Yes.
And this is State's Exhibit 40. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
Did you take this picture?
Yes.
And this is State's Exhibit 41. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
Did you take this picture?
Yes.
This is State's 42. You recognize that?
Yes.
Did you take that photo?
Yes.
Okay. And then State's Exhibit 43. You recognize that?
Yes.
Did you take it?
Yes.
And this is State's Exhibit 44. Do you recognize that?
Yes.
Did you take this photo?
Yes.
And do these photographs fairly and accurately represent the objects as you saw them on that day?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 39 through 44.
May I take the witness on board, Diane?
Yes.
Sort of these exhibits that Mr. Wilkins just identified by number for the record. As I understand your testimony, each one of them was actually located originally by somebody other than you. Is that right?
Correct.
And then you came in at some particular point in time and bagged it up and gathered it and submitted it.
Correct.
Same objection, Your Honor.
All right. Objection is overruled. State's Exhibits 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, and 44 are admitted. Granted.
Your Honor, may I approach real quickly though?
Oh, yes.
Miss
Just 1 second.
Okay.
All right, with regards to States Exhibit 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, those are admitted into evidence. With regards to States Exhibit 44, it's the court's understanding that for now, the state is withdrawing the admission of States Exhibit number 44. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so for the record, so that it can be clear, States Exhibit number 44 is no longer being offered into evidence and it is being withdrawn.
Yes, Your Honor. Deputy Salazar, Deputy Salazar, did you take this picture?
I did.
Okay, and what room were you in when you took this photo?
Master bedroom.
I'm sorry, so 39.
Sorry. Yes, sir. Thank you. Did you take this photo?
Yes.
And what room were you in when you took that one?
Master bedroom.
What about this photo?
Yes.
And what room?
Master bedroom.
Did you recover any other firearms in the search of the house?
No.
Did you take this photo?
Yes.
Can you identify what this, I'm sorry, did you recover this, this blue item?
Yes.
And What room in the house were you in when you took this photo? Is
The master bathroom connected to the master bedroom.
there a way to get into that bathroom without going through the bedroom?
No,
Then did you take this photo?
yes,
And so is this the gun you seized?
yes,
Okay, and then these are some other items that you seized as part of the search.
correct.
And did you seize other drugs as part of the search? Did you seize any morphine?
Yes,
Okay, and where did you recover that item?
in the master bedroom.
I don't object to his conclusion that this drug was, by looking at it, morphine. He's not
Right.
competent to testify to that.
All right, that'll be sustained. Ladies and gentlemen, you're to disregard that last answer of what an item was by this witness.
Your Honor, as the law requires, we move for mistrial.
All right, that'll be denied.
Did you recover anything in a pill bottle from the master bedroom?
Yes,
Okay, and did you take a photo of that?
yes,
And State's Exhibit 44. Is that the photo you took?
yes.
Okay. Your Honor, I'm offer State's Exhibit 44.
Still irrelevant, Your Honor.
All right. Defense objection will be overruled and the court is performing a balancing test. And State's Exhibit number 44 will be admitted.
Can I publish this?
Yes.
These are, this is the, oh, it's. Did you recover, where did you recover this in the house?
In the master bedroom.
Were you wearing a body cam that day?
No,
Is that? Why not?
part of our covert duties requires us to remain stealth, so we don't wear body cams in the event we're talking to confidential informants and so forth.
Okay, Deputy Molina was wearing a body cam. And so I'd like to show you some pictures of the house from his body cam so we can get our bearings a little bit here. So. Okay. So is that, can you tell us where that is in the house?
I believe that is as you enter the residence.
And about this.
I believe that is the master bedroom.
This glare might be messing with you. Do you see that?
Uh,
Can I approach your arm?
Yes.
kind of blurred.
Yeah.
Looks like the master bedroom.
Okay. Let's put that one aside for now. What area of the house is that?
That's the kitchen right there.
Okay, and that's
All right,
State.
so stop.
Yes, ma'am.
If y'all could stop whispering. I know it's
Oh, I'm
sort
sorry.
of
Oh, sorry.
conversational,
That's
but
the kitchen area.
one at a time. I know it's sort of conversational, but the court reporter needs to be able to hear what everybody's saying. So if you all will speak into the microphone, she'll be able to take down what's being said.
Okay.
All right.
So can you identify what State's Exhibit 13 is?
That appears to be the kitchen.
Okay. This is State's Exhibit 21. Can you tell us what that is?
That's a bedroom of some sort. I don't recall that one.
Okay. Can you tell me what State's Exhibit 23 is?
I think that is that, still looks like the master bedroom.
Okay. And State's Exhibit 24?
Yeah, the same master bedroom. The same master bedroom.
So on, State's 23. Was there more than one way to get into the master bedroom? Or is there just that one?
I think there's just one.
Okay. And did you have to go through the master bedroom to get to the master bathroom?
Yes.
Can you tell us what State's Exhibit 27 is a picture of?
This is a picture of the master bathroom.
Okay. So in order to get into the master bathroom, you have to go through the master bedroom, right?
Correct.
Okay, and so did you recover any evidence from this counter over here?
Yes.
And did you recover any other evidence in that bathroom?
Yes.
On the other counter, or where were you?
You guys don't want to object to him leading with.
Sustained.
Did you recover any other evidence in the bathroom?
Yes.
Where was that?
On the opposite side here.
Okay. So sorry. This sorry.
Correct. That
This
side.
okay, I'm gonna try and see if I can find a picture of that, so oh, sorry. 27.
7?
Yes, sir.
27.
So this is State's Exhibit 31, and that's what is that right there?
Master bathroom.
This is State's Exhibit 29. Is that a counter? Well, what are we looking at here?
That is the other side of that bathroom.
Okay. And do you see anything on the counter there that you recovered?
Yes.
And what color is it?
Blue.
So, what did you recovered something in a pill bottle in the bedroom, right?
Correct.
And whose bedroom do you believe that to be?
John Myers.
And why do you think that?
In the video, he states that he had a small caliber weapon located in his bedroom. That is where everything we found was. That led me to believe that is his
I'll
bedroom.
object to that, and when nothing he found, not everything he found was in the bedroom, just stating his own testimony.
All right. Defense, you have a chance to cross-examine the witness.
Did you find anything else in the bedroom that led you to believe that it was the defendant's bedroom?
Yes.
What was that?
We found a Texas photo ID with his name on it, along with documents with his name on it.
And were you able to determine who lived in the other rooms?
No, I did not.
But not within your personal knowledge.
Correct.
How would you describe the condition of the house?
It was a little beat up, some holes in the wall, things were out of place.
Did you notice that there was sheetrock missing in places?
There were holes in the wall, yeah, definitely.
Based on your training and experience, is that indicative of some kind of construction project or?
In my experience, it's common for people who use.
Objection, Your Honor, if he's gonna give an opinion about that, he has no, there's no foundation for that.
All right, the objection will be sustained.
Investigator James Ma testified earlier today. He didn't find any drugs. Is that common or uncommon in these types of searches?
It's common.
Can you tell the jury more about that?
Well, if I was involved in a search and they were to say, Deputy Salazar, I need you to search this closet in a particular hallway, I could search that closet and I may not recover any narcotics in that closet. Doesn't mean somebody else didn't recover narcotics in the rest of the house. My report is going to reflect, as I searched this closet, I didn't recover any narcotics in this closet.
And so, is it your testimony that you recovered an item in the bedroom and an item in the bathroom?
Correct.
You submitted those to, where do you take things after you seize them?
We package them and we transport them to our property rooms where they are then picked up from the lab.
Okay. And so once you drop off in the property room, you don't personally take them over to the drug lab, right?
No.
I'm gonna show you State's Exhibit 21. So there's some sheetrock missing in this room. Do you notice anything else that's hanging from these studs?
Looks like clothing.
And then what about this over here?
Check that out.
Let me see if I can bring it up for me.
They look like skateboards. They look like skateboards.
Okay. So, have you ever had any part of your house remodeled?
No.
Okay. Do you have any skateboards hanging on your walls?
No.
Earlier this week on Tuesday, you spoke to defense counsel and me and Kevin about some of the evidence, right?
Correct.
Were you looking at your report the entire time?
No.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Defense?
May I have just a moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
Deputy Salazar, I want to talk to you about this investigation in early August of 2022 that you've been talking about. I have some questions about that, and I want to talk specifically about August the 8th which is the entry date, as you referred to it, correct?
Correct.
But I want to begin with August the 5th, because that's the day the surveillance began, according to your testimony, is that right?
Correct.
And you say the first day was static surveillance. You call it that. What is static surveillance?
It's you're standing still and you're not rolling,
Standing or sitting in your
sitting in a vehicle.
Okay. And speaking of vehicles, were you and your partner Rios in the same vehicle or different vehicles?
Separate vehicles.
Both undercover type things?
Correct.
Was there anybody else with the sheriff's office out there with you on August the 5th?
No,
And that was a Friday, was it not?
I believe so.
And I think you said you left about noon, is that right?
Correct.
When did you arrive?
About 6 in the morning.
So 6 hours out there the first day, August the 5th,
Yes.
roughly? Did you make a report that would reflect what time you got there?
I don't recall.
Well, have you been asked to review your reports prior to testifying today?
Yes, my reports are dated on the 8th.
You've got it in front of you, don't you?
Yes.
Does it say what time you arrived?
No. It just says we received information in the house of 224 Majestic
Well, I
Grove.
didn't ask you what it said. I asked you
Okay.
what, if you said when you do arrive, when you
No.
did arrive.
No,
Now, you told this jury a minute ago that there were a lot of vehicles and foot traffic. Did I misunderstand you?
correct.
On that first day, August the 5th,
We said we saw some vehicles and some foot traffic, correct?
some vehicles, not
Correct.
a lot.
Correct,
People coming and going, staying for a short time.
correct.
And that was indicative of something to you as a experienced narcotics officer, is that right?
Correct,
Made you more suspicious,
correct,
because sometimes people tell you things and they have no basis, right? So that's why you do surveillance,
correct,
to try and corroborate the information that you get from people who might or might not have some reason for saying what they're saying.
correct.
So that's what you were out there for, looking for corroboration.
Yes.
So these, whether it was a lot of people or some people, how many people, how many vehicles did you see? I'm sorry, let me ask you. There were several vehicles in the driveway at 224 Majestic Grove. Fair enough?
Correct.
You remember what they were?
No.
You remember the yellow box truck, don't you?
Yes.
Was it there on Friday?
No.
Okay. Did you see that the next day on yourself on the 6th and the 7th?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about the yellow box van in a minute, but so when you saw what vehicles did you see in the driveway on Friday the 5th?
I don't recall those.
You don't recall? Did you make a note of the vehicles you saw? You were looking for surveillance to corroborate tips about drug dealing or prostitution? So surely you made a note of the vehicles, their license numbers.
We ran the license on the data system as we saw.
What did you come up with?
I don't recall what the returns were that day.
But did you make a note in your report about what you came up with?
No,
You just ran the data. How many vehicles did you run?
I don't recall.
You don't recall how many suspicious vehicles there were?
I don't recall.
How much foot traffic was there at this house in a gated community in Stone Oak?
I don't recall the number of bodies that were there.
Estimate.
3, 4.
Foot traffic in a gated community, isn't that a little bit strange? What do? Climb over the gate to walk up to the house?
No idea. I couldn't see the gate where I was.
You said you had no idea. Did you stop some of those people as they were leaving and say, "What's up?
No,
Are you coming here to buy drugs?"
no.
You're an officer. If you suspected somebody was buying drugs, you could arrest those people if you wanted to.
We don't arrest just for suspicion, which is why we were there to collect more intel.
But For example, we know that, on August the 8th, and we'll talk more about it in a minute, you ordered a pretext traffic stop on this woman, Melissa Yanez.
I didn't order anything.
Did you request Suarez to do a pretext stop on Miss Yanez?
I did not.
He just did that on his own?
No idea. I wasn't with him.
If he testified it was a pretext stop, who do you think, you were the lead investigator, right?
Yes, I was.
Who do you think told him to make that stop if it wasn't you?
I didn't tell him to make any traffic stop. He conducts his own traffic stop upon creating probable cause to make the traffic stop.
Do you have any idea why he would have called it a pretext stop?
No idea.
You know what a pretext stop is?
Yes.
Tell the jury what a pretext stop is.
We have suspicion to believe something is going on, so we say, hey, this car's coming out, pull it over. But you don't just pull it over. You have to obtain probable cause before you can just pull it over.
Well, like if they're going 8 miles over the speed limit.
Whatever traffic violation he finds.
But it's if you have suspicion that there's wrongdoing, then you could order that.
Correct.
But you didn't order it here against the Yanez vehicle, the black Jeep?
I didn't order anything.
Do you know who did?
No.
Okay. Who would order that if not the lead investigator?
Objection asked and answered.
All right, that'll be overruled.
You can answer the question.
Could have been my partner.
Rios?
Yes.
Okay. So surely you had camera equipment with you to take pictures of these people that were coming to this suspicious location on Friday, August the 5th.
We don't have camera equipment. They're just county phones.
They're just what?
County phones?
Well, okay. You can take a picture with the phone. You took a bunch of pictures this day, on August the 8th, didn't you?
When we were set up, we were too far to take good pictures. They're not very good cameras on those phones.
You didn't bring a good camera as a lead investigator?
No,
You
They
didn't
don't-
want to take pictures?
they don't supply us with that.
The sheriff's office sends you out on surveillance and they don't supply you with cameras?
Yes.
So you told the jury that you became more suspicious. Tell them specifically what you became more suspicious about on August the 5th, spending 6 hours out there. Tell specifics though, please.
We were just there to corroborate the information that we were provided, which was constant traffic and vehicles at the house.
Constant traffic. Now, are you telling this jury now that there was constant traffic of vehicles on August the 5th?
No, I'm saying that's what the tip was.
Okay, good. Did you corroborate that at all?
We corroborated the multiple vehicles in the driveway, and we corroborated a few, the foot traffic we saw.
Okay, multiple vehicles in the driveway, but those were stationary, weren't they?
Correct,
How many cars did you see? Because the tip was constant traffic.
correct.
How many cars did you see drive up to the residence?
I can't give you a specific number,
You can't say one, can you?
about 3 or 4.
3 or 4? But you didn't identify any of them?
Again, we ran the plates through the TCIC and CIC database.
And you don't remember what results you got?
No,
And you didn't record it?
no.
What good is that for corroboration?
We got the information we needed at the time.
Okay, well, did you come back the next day?
I don't recall. I don't believe we did. I think we came out for spot checks, but we didn't actually stay for static surveillance.
Well, didn't you make a report about what you did on August the 6th, Saturday?
No,
And your spot checks, did they tell you anything that gave you more suspicion on Saturday?
no.
Can you give a description of the foot traffic, the people, what do they look like?
That was too long ago. I don't recall.
And that's why you make reports as a police officer, isn't it? So you can write something down. And then if you come to court a year later, a year and a half later, then you can read your report and it'll refresh your recollection. You're taught that from the first day in the police academy, aren't you?
No.
You're not taught to make a detailed report about suspicious criminal activity?
No,
Is that a bad idea to do that?
no,
Um, So on Sunday, did you go back out for more spot checks? Sunday, August the 7th?
no, I didn't.
Who did?
Don't recall.
You're the lead investigator still?
Yes,
Did you get a report from whomever it was that went out on Sunday, if it
No.
was anybody?
no.
Now, how about, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
Showing you what's been introduced into evidence as Defendant's Exhibit 6. You seen those vehicles before?
Yes, yes.
Tell the jury where you saw those vehicles for the first time.
Those vehicles were in the driveway of that Bestie Grove address.
On Friday and whenever else you went back, and certainly on Monday too?
I believe the white truck was gone on Monday.
Well, this was taken on Monday,
Okay,
August the 8th. This is here. Don't take my word for it.
yeah,
Where, that's a body cam, or that's a body cam, is it not?
yes, it shows to be there on the 8th.
And we know that because what does it say?
It
Axon
says-
at the top of
It
it?
does say Exxon,
That-
6-8,
On what day?
8-8, I'm sorry, I
8-8.
can't read that print, it's
Sure.
8-8.
So this, one of the officers on your team observed this picture on August the 8th when they went out there on the entry, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So do you think these vehicles, the white work truck and the two other vehicles, two cars, do you think they were there on Friday?
I remember seeing the white and black,
The white and black cars?
correct,
But you don't remember the white work truck?
correct,
So were those the plates you ran?
yes.
And you learned anything from that?
Just the registered owner, and I believe one of the vehicles had a warrant attached to it, a misdemeanor warrant.
And you mentioned that, do you not? In your report, you can look on your, just to refresh your recollection, on your investigative report, page 3, I believe, it says the intelligence from the vehicles. What does that mean?
The information gathered,
Like running the license plate?
correct.
And it allowed you to determine what?
It allows you to determine the registered owner of the vehicle.
But in this case, what specific intelligence did you gain when you wrote your report after the entry on August the 8th? What did you learn from this surveillance about this particular one of these cars?
That a occupant in the house or the occupant who owned that car had a misdemeanor warrant.
For DWI?
I don't recall what it was for.
Would it be fair to say, Mr. Salazar, that is the sum total of the intelligence you gained, that once one of those people driving one of those two cars had a misdemeanor warrant for driving while intoxicated?
I'm not understanding the question.
Sure, I'm sorry. I'll try to be a little better. That's the only thing you list in your report about the intelligence you, so when we were talking about suspicious vehicles, foot traffic, constant stream, that was a tip. The only thing I see written in your report about the product, the fruits of that surveillance is our intelligence from the vehicles at the location allowed us to determine one of the registered owners had a misdemeanor warrant for driving while intoxicated.
Okay,
Is that right?
Yes.
Because you wrote the report.
yes,
And that's it. That's what your static surveillance gained?
yes.
And that wasn't John Meyer, was it? The person that had the misdemeanor warrant for DWI.
No,
You remember if that was maybe Michael McKenzie?
I do not.
Did he get arrested that day? He was sitting in the chairs when you were reading rights. You remember reading the rights to Michael
Yes,
McKenzie?
yes, yes,
Did he get arrested for
Yes.
having a misdemeanor warrant for driving while intoxicated?
yes, you did.
By the way, did you see John Meyer come in or out of the house on Friday, August the 5th?
I did not,
Who did?
don't recall.
Okay, so when you say I did not, I just want to make sure the jury understands. You didn't get a report from anybody that anybody saw John Meyer come in or out of the house on Friday, August the 5th, did you?
I did not.
Well, who did then, if not you?
I don't know.
Okay. You don't have any report saying somebody, a particular person saw John Meyer coming in and out of the house on Friday.
I do not.
Does anybody? Just
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. You would know as the lead investigator, don't you think?
No,
You don't think so?
nobody reported to me that they saw John Meyer.
Okay, thanks. That's what I was looking at. Or any vehicle associated with it. Did you see any one of the truck, the two cars parked in his driveway on Friday? And again on Monday? Were any of those vehicles associated with John Meyer?
I can't recall.
Surely you would have made a note if you're gathering intelligence and you're running plates. Surely you would have made a note that John Meyer's vehicle is in that driveway. You didn't make that note, did you?
I can't recall.
You didn't write it in your report?
No, it's not in my report.
So your report states that somebody saw that yellow box vehicle. By that, I mean, it was a Penske rental van, was it not? Moving type van?
Looked like a box truck type.
Box truck, yeah. And it was yellow in color.
Correct.
You remember if it was the Penske brand?
Yes,
Okay, so that's what you mean when you say the yellow box truck.
correct.
And somebody saw that because it's in your report on both Saturday, the 6th and Sunday, the 7th.
Yes.
Do you know who told you that?
I don't recall.
Could it have been you? Or you just don't remember?
I don't believe I was out there Sunday.
Okay. But did somebody, when they told you that, did you say, get the license number? Because we need to find out who rented that truck.
I don't recall.
That could be important information to have, could it not? Like if you're suspicious about the occupants of this house and there's a rental truck there, and that make you think, I better check that out. I bet I could call a license number in.
Objection, compound question.
I'll break it down.
Sustain.
You could call a license number in for a rental truck and find out who rented the truck from what company, could you not?
You could. Sometimes they won't answer the questions.
But you didn't even try here.
No.
You didn't even ask.
No.
So, you may have gone out on Saturday, but you don't think you went out on Sunday
Correct.
for the spot check?
Correct.
and nothing that merited a mention in your report, other than that somebody told you about the yellow box truck.
Correct.
And by the way, that's the same yellow box truck that that this fellow John Sparks was in on August the 8th. Is that correct?
I believe so.
And he had with him Kelly Couples, right?
I don't recall her name.
Okay. We're gonna talk about that a little bit more. But now let's go to August the 8th. What time do you think you arrived at 224 on August the 8th?
Council.
Yes.
Both approach, please. We're not on the record. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take our break at this point because my understanding is this witness is probably going to last much longer. So we're going to come in tomorrow and I'm going to start with you all before I start with my morning docket. So if you all can be here by 9:30, and what I can tell you on Friday, the garage, there's usually a lot of place on there. So are you all okay with coming back at 9:30? You want to come later? 9:30 is okay? All right, so if y'all will be here tomorrow at 9:30, and my understanding is I'm going to say both parties will probably be finished tomorrow. So I'll let you know and I'll have a better idea 100% tomorrow once this witness is completed. Remember my instructions. You're not allowed to start deliberating in your own mind. You're not allowed to start deliberating with each other or discussing this case with anyone. You're not allowed to do any investigation. I know people have a lot of time on their hands, but you're not allowed to do any investigation whatsoever. You're not allowed to view anything about this case. Does everyone understand? Everything that you need to know about this case comes from, I'm leaving that blank there for you all to fill in. So I'm going to start it again. Everything that you need to know about this case comes from, yes. All right, everyone, please rise for the jurors.